lovers, welcome to my channel. So today is going to be a story time rant video about my terrible customer service experience at an Anthropologie store that I went to the other week. I don't know why people act this way these days, why customer service has gotten this way. Anyways, let's just get into it. The other week I wanted to go to my grocery store, but there was like a marathon going on, and so my route was blocked off because all the roads were blocked off. So I decided to go around the corner to an Anthropologie store to kill some time until the marathon was done so I could get to my store. Let me set the scene for what I looked like before I get into this. I had just woken up, I brushed my teeth, I did not shower, I did not brush my hair. I think I just threw it up into a messy bun. I had on leggings and sneakers and like a pullover, and I had no makeup on. I was looking a hot mess. So that's what I looked like when I went into this store. But I didn't care. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I was just going to run some errands. I walk into the store and it's kind of earlier in the morning, so it's only about 10 and they had just opened up. There was no one else in the store except for 3 sales associates. No one acknowledges me, no one says hi, no one even bothers to look up from whatever it is that they're doing to acknowledge me in any way. But I just figure whatever, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna shop and I'm not gonna worry about it. You know, maybe they didn't hear me come in. I go and I am looking at some racks, and about a minute or two after I came in, a second customer comes in, and this girl is just, you know, she is dressed really cute. I mean, her style was just very on point, like, and she looked well put together. And all 3 sales associates not only looked up, they acknowledged her. They said, "Welcome to Anthropologie, like, let us know if you need anything." And I'm like, well, that's kind of rude, but I just didn't think anything of it, and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna keep shopping. I continue to shop and I find a few things that I'm liking, and I've got about like 3 or 4 items in my hand at this point, and I hear one of the sales associates go up to the other girl and say, "Hey, can I start a dressing room for you?" Now, I shit you not, this girl literally had 1 item in her hand. That was it. That's all she had. And I'm sitting over here like trying to balance like the different items I had, because I had like 2 dresses, a pair of shoes, and I think I had a pair of shorts and a shirt. And she didn't acknowledge me at all, ask if I wanted a dressing room. She just asked this one girl. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, well, that's kind of rude, but I just was like, whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just go get a dressing room when I'm ready and I need one. So I continue to look, and finally I decide, like, I'm gonna go try this stuff on. I go over to where the dressing rooms are, and I'm standing there. And I stood there for literally 4 minutes. Now, 4 minutes after I decided to look down at my cell phone to see like how long it was gonna take for someone to actually acknowledge that I was fucking standing there, and no one acknowledged me. And it was at this time that the other customer came up to where the dressing rooms are, and immediately one of the sales associates was like, "Oh, are you ready for your dressing room?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Hey, can I get a dressing room too?" And she stops and she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure." And then she proceeds to take the girl back to her dressing room, and she comes back out to me and she goes, "How many do you have?"
So I told her, I was like, "Oh, well, I've got 4 and these pair of shoes and this necklace." And she's like, "You can't take that in there with you." I was like, "That's fine." I was like, "I'll just hang it on the outside of my door." She was like, "No." She was like, "I'll hold on to it."
And I'm like, what, bitch? Do you think I'm going to steal it? Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, but whatever. Okay, yeah, sure. You can hold on to it for me. That's fine. So she takes me back and we get to my room, and she takes the clothes from me and she kind of sorts through them like she's looking to make sure that I have as many clothes as I said I did. And then what really got me about it though was she then proceeds to hand me back the fucking clothes. She doesn't hang them up in my dressing room. She hands them back to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? back. Like, this is like customer service, like retail 101. Like, you take the clothes and you hang them up for me. But she didn't, so I just was like, whatever. So I go into my dressing room and I'm trying stuff on. And about like after like 3 minutes of being in there and trying stuff on, I hear the same sales associate come back. And I hear her ask the other girl, like, hey, how are you doing? Do you need anything? And the girl just simply replies, like, you know, she's fine and no, she doesn't need anything else. Then she walks away. She doesn't ask me if I'm okay. She doesn't ask me if I need anything. She just simply walked the fuck away. At this point, like, I'm starting to get like really frustrated with it because like I'm starting to take it personally. They're all obviously just being kind of fucking rude. But I just keep doing what I'm doing, like whatever. I'm just gonna finish trying my stuff on and, you know, get what I want and go and fucking finish my day. So I go and I finish trying on my clothes and I go out and another one of the sales associates is standing next to the rack where you turn the clothes in that you don't want or that didn't fit. So I'm standing there and she's on her phone. Like, she's sitting there doing whatever she's doing on her phone. She doesn't acknowledge that I'm there. And it's not like she had her back towards me. She was kind of like sideways to me. So she knew I was there. She had to know I was there. So after about like 2 minutes of just kind of standing there waiting for her to do something, I finally was like, hey, here you go. And she abruptly looked up at me and rolled her eyes so fucking hard into the back of her head. Like, I fucking didn't think they were gonna come back to the front of her face. Like, it was just that blatant. So I'm really just trying to bite my tongue at this point because like this, you know, between none of them acknowledging me when I came in, the one girl being completely rude about the dressing room, and now this girl being completely rude about putting away the clothes. Like, I don't even know why she was so mad. Are you mad that like I gave you the clothes to put up? Like, I get that maybe you're tired or you don't like your job, but like, it's your job. And it's not like I gave you the clothes crumpled up in like a ball or something. I gave her the clothes back hung up nice and neat the way that I found them. So I wasn't really sure what her deal was, but I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to take the dress that I found that, you know, looks really nice, and I'm just gonna go because this is just ridiculous. So I go up to the register and I'm standing there and I'm waiting. And finally, like, I flagged down the third sales associate because I didn't want to deal with the other two because I just did not want to have any more interactions with them, and I just wanted to get my shit and get out. I finally flagged her down and I was like, excuse me, and she's like, what? And I just stood there like, are you serious? Like, I just said, excuse me, you didn't have to come back so rude. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to check out. Could you help me? And so she comes up there and she looks at it, at the dress that I have, and she's getting ready to ring it up.
And she looks down at the price tag and goes, ew, this is $88. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, do you still want it?
At this point, I am just so beyond pissed off because I'm like, she said it in a way like she thought like, you know, maybe I didn't know how much it was, so like I couldn't afford it. And it's like, it was just so fucking rude. So I took, the dress was still hanging over a little bit on my side, so I took it and I kind of just tossed it at her. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, I don't want it, you're right. And I picked up my purse and I fucking left because I was just so angry. I would love to say that this is just like a one-time thing, you know, it's just, you know, these sales associates, but it's getting so common at stores. And, you know, to make me feel like I am less than you because you think that I can't afford to shop at the store that you're working at. Yes, working at. You don't own it, you work at it. So it's not like you could probably afford the clothes if you didn't work there in the fucking first place. So who are you to judge anybody? It just really was just so annoying, and it really just fucking pissed me off. Like, it really irritated me. And, you know, you never know someone's circumstances. Like, I could have, you know, seen that dress and been saving up for a few paychecks because I wanted to do something nice for myself and buy something for myself. You don't know my financial situation. You would have made me, the customer, feel like shit for buying something that you didn't think I had the money for. And the thing that gets me is I really think that like it was all based off of how like I was dressed, because the other girl who was dressed very cute and put together, like they were very attentive to, like all smiles with. So it's not that they were having a bad day or they broke up with their boyfriend or anything like that. And it's not like they just sucked at customer service. They selectively sucked at customer service. They thought that I couldn't afford to shop at that store, so they treated me like crap. And in doing so, they lost my business, and I probably for a long time will not shop at Anthropologie. And I love their clothes, and I know that that is not their store in general, but those sales associates just totally turned me off to the store. So I don't know how long it'll be before I go back. I probably will just go online because, at least then I don't have to deal with their shitty customer service. So that is my ranty story time. Do you guys like come in contact with the same sort of thing? Like, what do you do when you do it? Because like it took everything in me to like maintain my composure and not sink down to their level. Being shitty to people doesn't do anything for the world. Would you guys have handled it like any differently? Let me know in the comments below if you have suggestions for how you would have handled that, because I just was at a loss for what to do. I was just so in shock. And that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching and bearing with my ranty story time. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye.